Greetings, and welcome back to Minecraft U. In today's lesson, we'll learn basic survival skills and how to survive your first day and night in Minecraft. We'll be crafting up some basic tools, gathering some food and other resources, and setting up a base camp. So, let's get started. When you first create a game of Minecraft, you'll appear in what's called your spawn point. This is the place in the world where you first appear, and is the place that you go back to if you happen to die. It's always good, at least at first, to keep an eye on where your spawn point is and to try not to venture too far from it. Later on, you can reset your spawn point by creating beds, but that's for a later chapter. Now, just like in real life, in Minecraft there is a day and night cycle. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west, and the same applies to the moon. A Minecraft day starts with sunrise, which lasts about 1.5 minutes, followed by the whole daytime period, which lasts about 10 minutes. Then you have another 1.5 minutes of dusk, and then 7 minutes of night. Now, night is when the bad things come out to play, so you really want to be sort of secure and in your home base by then. So first on the menu is we need to gather some wood. So find yourself a tree, and start punching it, and that's a left click. And there, as you can see, we just broke the tree and got a block of wood. Pick that up, and lather, rinse, repeat. Also, you should give the leaves a whack as well. Whacking the leaves will periodically get you some stuff. Every now and then you'll get apples. You'll also get saplings. Now, trees in Minecraft are a renewable resource, so when you destroy one, it's always good to plant another one in its place, just like in real life. To plant your sapling, just find yourself a nice sort of empty patch of grass here, and right-click. Eventually it'll grow. Now, leaves will hang around so long as there's a little bit of wood left. Once you've gotten rid of the last wood part of the tree, the leaves that remain will naturally decay. But you will still want to whack them every now and then so you can get your apples and your saplings. So you want to repeat this and gather about 30 to 40 wood blocks. By the way, there's one thing I forgot to mention. Remember back in the last lesson when we were talking about the options when you created a new world? One of the options was a bonus chest, which basically gives you a few survival items to help get you started. If you selected that option, look nearby your spawn point and you'll see a chest surrounded by torches. And if we look into the chest by right-clicking, you'll see here we have some basic items. Here's some food, here's some sticks which you can use to build things, and here's some basic tools. Pickaxe for mining, and axe for cutting down trees easier. You'll definitely want to take those if you got them. Just left-click to pick them up from the chest, and another left-click to put them back in your inventory. Or an easier way to do that is just click while holding down the Shift key, and that automatically pops all of the items into your inventory. You'll also want to take the torches too. They're really useful. Just left-click to sort of unplant them and pick them up. And what the heck, take the chest as well. If you've got an axe, use it, or just use your fist or whatever, and left-click and destroy the chest and bring it with you. But I'm still going to show you how to craft these basic tools, just in the event that you did not choose the bonus chest option, but also it's good to know just in case. Okay, now that you've got 30 or 40 woods, it's time to make some basic tools. To do that, open your inventory. Now, these wood blocks aren't really useful in and of themselves. We have to convert them into planks in order to get any use out of them. So grab your wood blocks and drop them into this little crafting square here. This area is what you use to make things. And so we put down our oak wood, and that gives us oak wood planks. And this little number 4 here means that for each one wood, you get 4 planks. So we've got 31 woods here. Times 4 is like 124, I think. Yeah, 100, or I don't know, something like 120-ish. We don't need that many, so let's just break down, not maybe about 10 or so. So left click to pick up, and you see now that we've reduced our wood blocks by 1 and we have 4 planks. And you can continue to left click to pick up more. So here we now have 48 wood planks, which is more than enough. So we take our wood out of our inventory. Now, this crafting square is a 2x2 crafting square. This is enough to make a few basic tools, but to make more complex tools, we're going to need a bigger crafting square. And to do that, we create a crafting workbench. And to do that, you want to put down 4 woods. So grab your wood planks. Now here's another neat trick. Clicking the right mouse button drops 1 item. So if you have a stack of items on your cursor, to drop one of them, just right-click. And here we have 4 woods, and that gets us a crafting table. So you want to grab your crafting table and plop it down into your hotbar, and just find a convenient place on the ground, and right-click to place it. And I've somehow accidentally made myself 2 crafting tables. Oh well, whatever. Okay. Now let's make some basic tools. To do that, right-click on your crafting table. And now, as you can see here, we now have a 3x3 area for crafting, which lets us make more stuff. Now, we're going to need some sticks. I already got some here from my bonus chest, but I'm going to show you how to make some. So to make sticks, put 2 wood planks, one on top of each other. And that gets us 4 sticks. We're going to want about, I don't know, probably about 20 sticks. So that means we want to, put down 1 too many. And we're going to want about 5 woods stacked on top of each other. And again, to put down, when you've grabbed a whole pile of stuff in your hand, if you want to just put down 1, just right-click. Left-click will put down the whole stack. Okay, so now we have, we'll get 20 sticks. So to do that, we can just grab like that. But another handy trick is, if you want to make as many of something as you possibly can, given the ingredients in the crafting table, hold down Shift and left-click, and that'll make notice that used up all of the woods we had down here and gave us sticks. Okay, now let's make some tools. First thing we'll need is a sword, because if we happen to run into some nasty things, if you happen to be out at night and run into some nasty things, you're going to want to be able to defend yourself. And a wooden sword isn't great, but it's better than nothing. So for a sword, we want a single stick here, and we want 2 wood planks, like that. And that gets us a wooden sword. Notice that, for the most part, when you're crafting, the way you place items in this crafting square is kind of sort of like what the item would be in real life. So this wooden stick here would be the handle of the sword, and these 2 planks would be the blade of the sword. So we got a wooden sword. Again, not the greatest, but it'll do. We want to make like maybe two more, because again, not the greatest, but it will suffice for now. Those are swords. Now, let's make a pick. And picks are used for mining, digging into stone and finding ores, which we need to make better tools. So to make a pick, we want to 2 sticks, that's for the handle, and 3 woods, and that's for the blade part of the pick. I don't know what the technical term for that is, but yeah, I'm going to call it the blade part of the pick. And that gets us a wooden pickaxe. Let's grab that, put it down in somewhere in your hotbar, and let's make a few of those. Maybe 3 or 4, because we're going to need them. Oops. And again, if we want to make multiples of something, so let's say we want to make 3 picks, we can put down everything that we need to make 3 picks. And if you want to make as much of a thing as you possibly can, given the ingredients you have here, hold down Shift as you left click, and that made us 3 picks. Okay. Now let's make an axe, because that makes it a little easier to acquire wood. And for an axe, you have 2 sticks for the handle and 3 planks arranged like this to represent the sort of blade of the axe. And there you have your axe. And we want maybe about 3 of those. Once you start digging into the ground, into stone, we'll find stone, and we can make stone tools, which are a lot more durable. So don't go hog wild and make too many wooden tools, because you will soon be able to make better ones, but it's good to have a few just in case. Okay, so now that we have our tools, we can use them. So if we go here, we can break our crafting table and bring it with us, because when we set up our more permanent base, we'll want to set up the crafting table there. So to do that, just grab your axe and left click on it until it breaks. And there, we've picked it up. So there we go. Now I can go back and start grabbing some more wood. Now, as you can see, we have different kinds of wood. This is oak that I've been chopping down so far. Here we have birch, and there's also jungle wood, and I think maybe 1 or 2 others. I'm not sure, but as you probably guessed, these woods have different looks. They have different colors, so that could be useful once you actually start building things. If you want, a certain color or style of wood for the exterior of your house or whatever. It's good to know that there are different types of wood for that. So, and again, once we start making stone tools, we won't need so much wood, but it's good to have some just in case. Also, you can burn wood to create charcoal, which is extremely useful. Okay. Now let's actually start mining some stone. So grab your pick and find yourself some stone, and you'll see it here, right here. And if you don't see a convenient stone cliff face such as this, you'll want to start digging into the ground. Oh, I should probably show you how to make a shovel, just in case. To make a shovel, and shovel is used for digging in dirt, clay, gravel, that sort of thing. So we'll get our crafting table. To make a shovel, it's 2 sticks for the handle, and I have run out of planks. Okay, I'm going to need to make some planks. So remember, to make planks, just drop down a wood block, and that gets us 4 planks. So there we go. That's all we need. Actually, let's make a few shovels. Yeah. I can't. Okay. Let's make 3 shovels. So for the shovel, it's 2 sticks for the handle of the shovel and 1 plank for the shovel part of the shovel, I guess. And hold down Shift and left click, and that'll make as many as we can. Now, as you can see, we have 1 wood left. That's because we had 3 um, sticks, but we had 4 woods up here, so this final wood plank was unused. Okay, so now that you have your shovel, um, let's move that down into our inventory. And to dig, just find some grass or dirt or something, and left click. And again, keep digging down until you hit stone, which you should do fairly quickly. Yep, there we go. Once you've found some stone, just grab your pick and left click it. And that will mine the stone. Get yourself about, I'd say maybe 20 or 30 stone. By the way, note the little bar that appears under my pickaxe. In fact, it appears under every tool and weapon. That's the tool's health bar. As you use the item, it loses health, or actually more like durability. And when that bar reaches 0, your tool is done for. It breaks. And of course, this is a wood tool, so as you can see, it's going down rather rapidly. Oh, there it goes. You probably shouldn't start digging into the ground right at first, because it's kind of difficult to dig your way back out, and it's dark underground, and you won't be able to see. So really, you should try and find yourself a kind of exposed cliff face like this, and start your mining. And again, we want about 20 or 30 of stone. Now we'll need to find ourselves some food. To do that, well, let's look for some animals. This guy over here is a sheep. Sheep do not give you any food. They do give you wool, which is extremely useful, but we're not quite at the point where we could use that yet, so we'll ignore this little guy. These are cows. Cows give us meat and leather. Leather can be used for making armor and for making other goods, and of course the meat is what we eat. You can also milk cows to get milk, which is useful because milk cures poison, and it is also used in various recipes for making baked goods and that sort of thing. So I hate to do this, but we need some meat. So grab your sword and left click. Now they're going to run away from you, so be light on your feet. Come back here, Bessie. There we go. Now you can see here the cow dropped some raw meat. So you just pick it up, and there we go. By the way, as you're walking around, it's always a good idea to look at your surroundings, because you might come across something like this, a really, really deep hole that you definitely do not want to fall into. Now, these guys are chickens. They give us raw chicken meat and feathers. Feathers can be used for making arrows. So let's get ourselves some chicken. Remember what I said about watching out for holes. Now you can see that as I fell there, I took some damage. And also notice that my hunger meter is starting to deplete, which means I'm starting to get hungry. And because I'm not full, I'm not automatically healing myself. So it's a good thing that we found ourselves some food. Now, these guys are pigs, and when they are killed, they give us pork. Come back here, little piggy. Come back here. Come back here. You'll want to get yourself 10 or 20 or so of the various meat of your choice or whatever you could find. Um, don't go hog wild, pun intended, and kill every single animal around you. As with trees, animals are also a renewable resource in Minecraft. You can actually breed them and make baby animals. So try to leave at least two of each kind of animal around. Okay, now that we have some food, we need to cook it. You can eat raw food, but it doesn't give you as much. Uh, it doesn't satisfy your hunger as much as cooked food. Also, in the case of chicken, eating raw chicken can sometimes poison you. So we need something to cook things in, and that would be a furnace. To make one, grab yourself your cobblestone that you dug up, and you want 8 cobblestones arranged in a square like this, and that gets us a furnace. So grab your furnace and plop it down. Now right-click on your furnace and we get this new dialog. This is basically the furnace interface, and it consists of 2 parts. This part here at the bottom is your fuel, and this up top here is the thing you want to cook, and the results get output here. So we're going to need some fuel. You can use any kind of wood as fuel. So we can drop in our oak planks here. And we can, if we want to, go ahead and start cooking with them. And here we have our cooked steak. But wood isn't a very efficient cooking medium. Uh, Notice that entire piece of wood disappeared, and that only let us cook one steak or so. A more efficient fuel is charcoal. And to do that, we're going to need some more wood planks. So you want maybe 8 wood planks, and drop those in here. And to make charcoal, this is the fuel. So we're going to start with wood planks as fuel, and the thing that we're going to cook is these wood blocks. So drop those in the top, and we have charcoal. So let that cook down. All right, now we're cooking with gas, or charcoal, I mean. So grab some charcoal and drop some into your furnace. You don't need that much. In fact, you want to save most of your charcoal because we're going to need that to make torches. So drop a few pieces of charcoal in, and now it's time to cook up your food. All right, we're in pretty good shape here. We've got lots of food. We've got lots of coal. But as you can tell by the setting sun, it will soon be dark, which means that all the various nasty, creepy, crawly critters in the Minecraft world will come out to play, and we do not want that because all we have is this lame wooden sword, and that would not be wise. But first, let's eat because I still have that fall damage I took from earlier, and by now I'm sure you're pretty hungry. Your character is pretty hungry, just like mine is. So put some food in your hotbar and select it, and right-click, hold down. You have to hold down the right button as you're clicking, and you've just eaten. And now you'll notice that now that we're full, our health is regenerating. Alright, it's getting very, very dark, so let's quickly build ourselves some shelter. By now you've probably mined up quite a bit of stone and dirt and that sort of thing, so just grab yourself some stone and start building. I'm going to build a wall at least 2 high. And again, to place blocks, just right-click. And then add a 3rd block for the ceiling. And notice that to do that, I just sort of hopped on top of my crafting table there. And I just want to close off our ceiling. Like so. Now you want to leave yourself a 1x1 hole. Like so. That way we can tell if when it's daylight again. And most monsters won't be able to attack you through this. Except it's pretty dark, so we need to light up our little hovel here. To do that, we need some torches. And to craft some torches, we'll need sticks. Now this is only this torches only take 2 ingredients, so you don't need to use your crafting table. You can use your little mini crafting square in your inventory. For torches, you need sticks to form the base of the torch, and charcoal to form the actual torch part. And for each base and charcoal, do that again, if we put 1 down, for each base and charcoal, that gets us 4 torches. That should be more than enough to light up our little hole here. So put your torches in your hotbar, and to place them, just right-click. And you can kind of put them up along walls. You can also put torches on top of the ground, like that. So, either way. So we have our little, not very impressive hovel, but believe me, you'll build much more impressive homes for yourself in the future. But this will do for our first night. So let's wait until dawn. All right, sun's coming up. All the baddies have decided to go do what they do when they aren't terrorizing the lands. Let's explore some more. So let's just break down our little door here and leave. Before we go any further, let's talk a bit about biomes. Now, I covered biomes very briefly in our first lesson, Lesson 101. Biomes are the kind of areas of different weather and landscape that are found in Minecraft. What you can see here is a plains biome that mostly consists of flat lands with some rolling hills, not very many trees, but fairly easy to navigate. It's easy to see monsters at night. And also, you'll find NPC villages that spawn, that appear in plains areas. And the villages are nice because they have NPCs, computer-generated characters that you can trade with. And they also have some various crops that you can harvest to help with resource gathering. The forest biome, as you can see here, is, well, forest. It's got lots and lots of trees, which means there's tons of wood that you can harvest. The only problem is navigating this at night can be kind of difficult because it's hard to see, especially hard to see monsters, so you could get ambushed. But you'll definitely want to find one of these at some point because of the abundance of wood. Extreme hills biomes, as the name implies, have extreme hills, really, really tall hills. You'll also find tons of caverns, but very few trees. And because of the extreme hills and the extreme caverns, the risk of falling is pretty great, so you have to be extremely careful here. But extreme hills biomes are the only place where you can find certain resources, such as emeralds. Taiga biomes are hilly and full of trees, and snow, as well as ice. And these are the only biomes where you can find wolves, which you can actually tame and turn into pets, and they can help you fight and other cool things. Jungle biomes contain tons of tall trees and shrubbery and other vegetation, and as a result can be very hard to navigate, and it could be very easy to get lost in, and it's hard to see monsters at night, so they might sneak up on you and ambush you. But jungle biomes, of course, contain tons of trees, so you get lots and lots of wood. They also are the only place where you can find cocoa beans growing naturally. Those can be used in various recipes to make stuff. And sometimes you might also find jungle temples, which are cool places to explore, and you might find treasure and stuff. Desert biomes are flat and contain lots and lots and lots of sand, as well as cacti. Because of their flat nature, they're really easy to navigate at night, and it's easy to see monsters, so they have less of a chance of creeping up on you. You may also find desert villages, which also have NPC people in them that you can trade with, as well as crops that you can harvest. And you might also find desert temples as well, such as this one, which are cool places that you can explore and maybe find some cool loot in. Of course, there are no trees in desert biomes, so that's a disadvantage to you. Swamp biomes consist of flat, dry areas with occasional pools of water. The foliage is noticeably darker in color than other biomes, which means that the swamp biome generally has lower light level. There are trees that you can harvest. Because of the lower light level, you'll often find mushrooms occurring in swamp biomes. You'll also find witches there every now and then, so you better be careful about that, as well as slimes. Ice plains are huge, flat, and full of ice and snow. Like regular plains, there are very few, if any, trees, but unlike regular plains, no NPC villages spawn in ice plains. But of course, because they're big and flat, it's pretty easy to navigate even at night, and it's easy to see enemies. Ocean biomes, as the name implies, are ocean, water as far as the eye can see. But underneath that water, you can find land. The only problem is breathing underwater. There is one other biome that you may run into, and I say may because they are extremely rare. I've been traveling this world and I still haven't found one, and that's the mushroom biome, which, as the name implies, has lots and lots of mushrooms. And I'm not just talking about regular old mushrooms. There are huge, giant mushrooms there as well. Now, mushrooms normally need very low light to grow, so you won't find very many of them on the surface. You'll find tons of them in caves as you explore. But on mushroom biomes, instead of grass and soil, the ground is covered with a substance called mycelium, which allows mushrooms to grow even in broad daylight. The nice thing about mycelium is you can actually mine it. You can dig it up with a shovel and bring it back to your home base, and that way you can grow mushrooms in your base as well. Well, that's it for this session. In our next class, we're going to get down and dirty and do some basic mining. So until then, see you next time. Class dismissed. Of course, there are no desert biomes and trees. So grab that, put it in your hotbar, and whoa, how come it's night all of a sudden? Manamana doot 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 doot. Manamana doot 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 doot. Manamana doot 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 doot. Been through the desert on a pig with no name. It felt good to be out of the rain. In the desert, you can remember your name, 'cause there ain't no one for to give you no pain. La la la.